So, I was reading through comments this morning, kind of figuring out what I wanted to do for a video topic because I said I was going to focus on some viewer requests, and I actually got one asking if I can make a video on how to deal with anxiety. And I'm probably not the best person to get advice from. I mean, I am just a random guy on the internet, but I still wanted to kind of just explore the topic and kind of figure things out together, kind of give my thoughts and opinions on it. And yeah, so I mean, obviously I deal with anxiety every day, and I think everybody does. I think that's just human to be anxious sometimes. And I mean, sometimes I'm anxious all the time. But, recently I've kind of been getting better. I've been spending a lot of time figuring out how to deal with anxiety. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think there is just one straight answer. Because different things work for different people. And I know that even over just the past month, I've tried really hard to focus on just myself. And that has helped. Oh, hello. I don't know if I should be down here. But yeah, just focusing on myself has been my biggest area in getting better at dealing with things. Because when you're focusing on yourself and focusing on what you want and, the things you want, the people you want to spend time with, any outside thing doesn't really have an effect on you. Because recently, like I said, my biggest problem was I was constantly, hello, please don't kill me. But okay, we're gonna go this way now. But yeah, my biggest thing when I'm trying to focus on this and that, but yeah, for the longest time, I focused on everything. And I would blow everything out of the water. And I still do that. I still have moments where I'll catch myself making a big deal out of nothing. Literally just today, I was sitting in school today. We only had a half day today. I'm recording this on Thursday, the 2nd of April. So today was a half day to start our Easter break. And so we had a half day, so it was kind of an easy day. And it allowed me to just sit with my thoughts because a lot of my friends weren't there. But so I was sitting in first period, and I was just thinking. And suddenly all these thoughts started rushing in that had nothing to do with what I was doing. I started thinking about where I was mentally. I started thinking about where I was physically. And that all stems from a remark that somebody actually said. And it kind of caught me off guard. And usually I'm okay with people joking. I'm not really one to take all that to heart. But so I was sitting in the same class and we were talking about caffeine and energy drinks or something. I don't know how we got on that topic. We were talking about that. And one of them was like, okay, I think I found another, because I drink a lot of caffeine. That's just how I am. But I know it's bad for me, but I drink it anyway. But anyway, so it's me and this other kid, and the teacher was talking about all these things, looking it up and all these risks and whatnot. And this one kid was like, oh, I think I found another, sign that you're addicted. And he had me stand up to this other guy, and he was like, I think it makes your metabolism slow down. Trying to be, funny and make a weight joke. And usually I'm fine with that if I'm expecting it. But I wasn't expecting it. It caught me completely off guard. And so now I'm still trying to like recuperate after that. I'm still trying to, tell myself, okay, things are fine. Don't be anxious about it. Don't stress. Because I've noticed myself kind of being a lot more strict on what I eat. And I mean, I came home today and walked outside for an hour with my friend, just walking, and I didn't eat dinner until almost 7:30 at night, and even then I didn't eat that much. So I've been really anxious about that now. And I know deep down that it was a joke, and I know deep down that he didn't mean it in a mean way. Like, we always just joke back and forth. But like I said, it really caught me off guard. So I've been anxious about that a lot. But when I say this, I really, on this channel, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't like labeling my stuff as advice. I like to just label it as talking. I mean, I will give advice when advice is due, but I don't like just making a whole video explaining how to overcome anxiety. And the main reason for that, honestly, is because not everything works for everybody. The same thing doesn't work for everybody. So I didn't even bring a crafting table. Are you serious, people? Guess we're getting out of here. Yeah, so like not the same thing doesn't work for everybody. And so I really hate saying, okay, to get rid of anxiety, do this, 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 and this. And then somebody does it and it doesn't work. And then I seem like a horrible person that's just lying to everybody. So I'll tell you how I overcome it, how I've learned, and then you can kind of adapt that into, ways that you can do it. But yeah, like I said, the main way, or one of the ways, is I just focused on myself and I stopped stressing about things that didn't even affect me. And, like literally for the longest time, I was stressing about everything. Whether it had anything to do with me or not, I was stressing about, if my friends were getting good grades, or if my friend's, relationship was going okay, or if my friends were happy that day. And I was constantly stressing, like, okay, are they going to be mad at me today? And so I would overthink, a lot of the words I was saying. I would barely talk. And I would think, talking to me was horrible. Because I was constantly thinking, what I was going to say next and how that would affect the person. Now I'm okay. Now I'm not as concerned. I'm not as anxious about, how the other person views me, because, not everyone's going to like you. That's just the hard truth of reality. You can try and try and try. Not everybody's going to like you. And that's okay, because not everybody has to like you. But as long as you're proud of yourself and happy with yourself, that's all that matters. But anyway, yeah, so having conversation used to be horrible. And one thing too is I don't really even know. I mean, yeah, I've been working on myself and just doing daily affirmations and stuff. And like I said, guys, I will never talk about religious stuff on this channel. I just want to throw that out there, because the things I'm talking about will kind of go in that, but I'm never going to focus things around religion, because I want everybody to be able to relate to these videos. But so I would do things like get up, do daily affirmations, do meditation, just sit there and just be like, it's okay. And your brain is it's a muscle, and you have to train it the same way you have to train, arms or legs or upper body or whatever. So the more you tell it that, this can go both ways actually. So the more that you tell it, today's good, I'm good, nothing bad's going to happen. It's going to be a peaceful day. Things are going to work out. The more you're going to believe it and the more it's going to happen. But that also goes both ways as well. If you're a person that wakes up every day and says, oh, today's going to be horrible. Today is just going to suck. Everything bad's going to happen. Then I can almost guarantee you that in your mind, in your eye, something bad is going to happen because you're going to be looking out for that type of stuff. And if you train your brain to constantly look for the bad and to constantly be anxious about everything, then you're constantly going to see things that are going to make you anxious. And the biggest thing that a lot of people have been emailing me to and asking me is, how do you, stop overthinking something that is working out? And I, again, don't really have an answer for that. What I did was I knew it was working out. And as dumb as that may sound, it's what I did. I would get up every day. I'd be like, because your mind is a great filter. It filters everything out perfectly. So if you filter everything out to only look for the bad, then you're only ever going to see the bad. But if you take a step back and you're like, this isn't actually that bad. Oh, little chicken, little chick. But if you take a step back and you're like, you know what? This isn't actually that bad. Like, this is happening. And I was watching this video not too long ago today. It was earlier today. And it was a person talking about just being grateful for everything you have in life. And that goes with anxiety in a lot of ways too. Like, if you're constantly anxious about everything, just take a step back and look at what you do have. If you're stressing about a work promotion, or you're stressing about, a relationship or a friendship, or, anything, fill this in with whatever you're thinking of. Take a step back and look at whatever you have if it doesn't work out. So let's say you're getting promoted, you're wanting a job promotion. Take a step back and just be grateful that you even have a job in the first place. The one takeaway you can get from this video, if you don't listen to anything else I say, listen to this sentence right here. Okay? Be happy with what you already have, and better things will follow. And if you don't get what I mean by that, like I said, don't take this as like advice. It is advice, but don't affiliate everything I say with advice, if that makes sense. But like I said, if you take anything from this video, take that. Be happy with what you already have, and better things will follow. If you don't know what I mean by that, so let's just say you are wanting a job promotion. Be happy with the job that you have now. So in the worst case scenario, you don't get that job promotion, you're not going to be as anxious about everything. You're not going to be stressing as much, because you'll be like, okay, if it doesn't work out, it's okay because I still have what I have now. And let's just go back to relationships, because that's what you guys ask me about the most. If we just go to, let's say you want to ask this girl out, or this boy out, or whoever it may be, if you want to ask this person out, before you ask them out, be happy with what you already have. And this goes a lot too with self-worth. You can't love somebody else until you love yourself is a quote that people love to throw around. And that has some truth to it. I don't 100% believe in that quote, that you have to 100% love yourself before you can love somebody else. But there is some truth to it that I do believe. If you're not happy with where you're at now, then it's going to cause you a lot of problems down the line, no matter what. Because like I was saying, before you ask anybody out, be happy with where you are now. Be happy being single. And I know that's way easier said than done. And yes, it has taken me months to get to the point where I'm happy being single. And I mean, I've done a lot of work on myself physically, mentally, just wherever I could to get to the point where I'm just happy being single. So now when I do go to ask somebody out, like this literally happened to me the other day. I was in my English class, and we were doing this project where we would get in groups and you would write down a prompt, and you had 5 minutes to write down, this story to the prompt, pass it on to the next person, and they would write the prompt while you wrote the one in front of it. If that makes sense. So like, let's say the people were all lined up here, and we had a person here, person here, person here, person here, and then me. We all wrote down the same prompt at the beginning, and then had 5 minutes to write down whatever we thought of after. And I passed mine up to the front. Dude in the front passed it up to the person behind them, and then it all went back one, and then you wrote off of the person in front of you, if that makes sense. And we did that, and the person in front of me I thought was kind of cute. I was like, okay, this person's kind of cool. I didn't talk to them because I was anxious and was not in the mood to really talk to anybody, so I didn't say anything, but mainly it was because I was anxious of, getting stood up. But so I went home that day, and I texted their friend, which also happened to be my friend, and I was like, hey, do you know, actually what I did was I didn't even know the person's name that sat in front of me. I had heard it before, but I could not remember for the life of me. So I texted their friend asking for their name. And they were like, oh, their name is blah, blah, blah. And they were like, why? And I'm like, oh, no reason. I thought they were kind of cute, and I just couldn't remember their name for the life of me. And then they sent back the message, I have some bad news. A lot of people do, but she's a lesbian. And when I first read that, it was, I was disappointed, but I wouldn't say I was hurt because, I was just fine with where I was. I'm fine being where I am right now. And I know I just made a video talking about wanting change in life. And I'm not saying that I want to be where I am forever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that for right now, I can survive and be content with where I am. A month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, I hope that something has happened. I hope that life has changed, for the better. But for right now, I'm fine being with where I am. Right now, I'm fine being with where I am. And that's the one piece of advice I can give you. And I'll always give you if you ask me about anxiety. It's, you have to be happy with where you are now in life. And that's going to be the answer to this video, if you wanted to see it that way. And that's going to kind of be where, if you take away anything from the video, it's that. It's, you have to be happy with where you are. So, yeah. I know this video was really kind of all over the place. And that's why I really don't like doing videos answering questions. Because then I feel like I'm just giving straight advice. And one, I feel like I'm not the type of person that should be giving advice. I am just a random dude on the internet. But at the same time, like I said, what works for one person doesn't work for everybody. And I sound like a really bad person if what I said to you didn't work. And then I feel bad because it's like you trusted me and my advice didn't work. So I will make videos like this, but I'll still kind of topic it around my personal experience and everything. So yeah, this video was another one that was kind of all over the place, but I tried. I'm trying really hard to keep things on topic. And I have some videos next that I have another video that you guys asked for me to do. So I do plan on still doing that, but I think that the next video is just gonna kind of be another thought video, because those really help me a lot when it comes to just venting videos, and you guys seem to enjoy them too. So I do plan on just doing a couple venting videos and kind of going from there, and we'll see kind of, because literally when I do these videos, I just talk, and that's just how I do them. I don't come in here with a script planned. I just talk. But yeah, so that's gonna kind of wrap up this video. Hope you guys got something from this video, and whoever asked the question, I hope this did answer it the best that I could. But yeah, guys, hope you all did enjoy. If you guys do have any questions, concerns, comments, my email is always open. Email address is in the description box down below, as well as the comment section is always open too if you guys don't really care about it being personal. I leave the email open for if you guys have stories, and you guys have sent so many stories over that it's crazy. And I even saw this video that this dude posted, and he tagged me in it. And he was doing a similar topic video or just a similar like mental health type video. And he put in his description that I motivated him to do it, and that he wouldn't have thought to do it without me. And it's like, that's insane to me. Like, it is insane that what I say on here at midnight 3 times a week helps people. And it's insane to think that, because it's like, it's literally just me talking. It is literally just me talking. And you guys, it helps people. And I plan on continuing to do this for a long time. So yeah, guys, that's going to kind of wrap up this video. Like I said, this video is kind of all over the place. But the good thing about this channel is they can be. I have no structure set up for these videos. Like, when you click on one of these videos, who knows what it's going to be about or what is going to be said, because I don't have any structures that I do. I don't do scripts. I just talk. Okay, guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, night, wherever time it is when you guys are watching this. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay positive.